For the first time in nearly 2 years, Mizzou loses at home. The 14th ranked Tigers fall to number 8 Alabama 27-24, snapping their 15-game home winning streak, the second longest in the country. Mizzou now sits at 5-1 on the season, 1-1 in SEC play. Alabama, they're 5-1 and a perfect 3-0 in the conference, and still own Mizzou, now lead the all-time series 7-2. The last time the Tigers beat the Tide, 1975 in Birmingham. Mizzou actually opened this game strong. 6 plays, 78 yards, and a beauty of a 26-yard touchdown lob from Bo Perbula to tight end Brett Norfleet. But Alabama flipped the switch. Ty Simpson was surgical, leading back-to-back touchdown drives to take a 14-7 lead. After a quick exchange of field goals, Simpson fumbled on the very first play of the second half, and Mizzou capitalized. 3 plays later, Perbula punched it in to tie things up 17-17. And from there, the Tide started to control the game. The Tide answered with a massive 9-minute drive, chewing clock, and finishing with a Connor Talty field goal. From that point on, Alabama dominated time of possession, forcing 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter and sealing the deal on a 4th and goal touchdown with just over 3 minutes to go. Bo Perbula's day? Mixed. He finished 16 of 28 for 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, plus 61 yards and another score on the ground. When Mizzou moved the ball, it was usually through his legs, but through the air, it was inconsistent. In the first half, just 4 completions for 46 yards and a touchdown. And in the second half, 2 more interceptions made it 4 straight games with a pick. Yes, his mobility keeps drives alive, but if Mizzou wants to win in the SEC, the passing game has to grow. Now the run game, statistically solid. Situationally frustrating. Mizzou put up 163 yards on 28 carries, 5.8 yards a pop. Better efficiency than Alabama, who finished with 126 yards, 2.9 yards per carry. Hardy, the nation's top rusher, was held to just 52 yards on 12 carries, both season lows. And before people rush to blame him, let's be real. This wasn't on Hardy. Alabama loaded the bots, clogged running lanes, and forced Perbula to beat them with his arm. Their game plan was simple. Anyone can beat us as long as it's not Ahmed Hardy. And when you combine that with Alabama holding the ball for 38 minutes compared to Mizzou's 21, a 3-point loss decided by 17 extra minutes of possession. And if you want to see the blueprint for how Mizzou could have flipped the script, look back at 2020 against Kentucky. Mizzou dominated time of possession 43 minutes to 16. They drained the clock, controlled tempo, and won an ugly 20-10. This one hurts because it was right there. There's a difference between getting beat and beating yourself. And in this one, it was a little bit of both. The Tigers had chances, they fought back, and even after Alabama controlled the tempo, Mizzou still had a shot late. Sure, there were mistakes, turnovers, time management, missed opportunities, but they're all fixable. This wasn't a collapse, it was a reality check. Ty Simpson is the real deal. Alabama is Alabama. The comeback effort showed heart. The defense still had flashes, and the team showed it can hang with a national contender for 4 quarters. Now that we're at the midpoint of the season, the picture is clear. The season's far from over. Mizzou is still 5-1, and there's plenty of opportunity to rebound. Losing to Alabama doesn't define this team, it just shows where they need to tighten up. First up, Auburn on the road. This is a chance for Missouri to take the lessons from the Alabama game and put them to work. Think of it as a tune-up game, and right now, leaning toward a win. Then comes Vanderbilt. This one has more stakes than usual. Both teams share a common opponent, Alabama, and both struggled against the Tide. Vanderbilt rushed for 126 yards in the first half, then only 9 in the second. Mizzou stayed neck and neck with Alabama throughout, which gives the Tigers a slight edge. Still, it'll be a close matchup. Texas A&M at Faurot Field, another tough test. The Aggies are playing very well this year, and Marcel Reed might be the SEC's second best quarterback behind Ty Simpson. Mizzou will need to be sharp here, especially with Le'Veon Moss out. Moss led the Aggies with 389 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. Ruben Owens will likely take on the bulk of the carries. He's productive, but he hasn't shown the same scoring ability as Moss. Mississippi State comes after that, a team that's been solid this year, then Oklahoma, who may have the second best defense in the country, but Jean Mateer, coming off injury, tossing 3 interceptions versus Texas in the Red River Shootout, a 23-6 loss. And finally, the season closes versus Arkansas. Mizzou has dominated this series, winning 7 of the past 8 matchups. So heads up, Tiger fans. This one stings, but it's far from over. Alabama was a measuring stick. Now it's time for the Tigers to respond. Fits what needs fixing, execute, and the season still can be special.